coming. Black with brown sugar again. Hello everyone, and thanks for tuning in. Hey Eugene, thanks for tagging me on your top 5 hated and loved videos. I appreciate it, in all seriousness. It was good to see, especially from you and Rich, and I even saw Ramsey do one. It was good to see. Not something that wasn't normally happening in our little corner, but I think it's a good thing. Times change. Yeah, so this is a tag video, 5 bottles that I have that I love and 5 bottles now that I hate. Before I go any further, I think I'll just mention it now. I think I would just want to tag one person to keep it simple, if she wants to do it or not, and that's our friend, lovely Audrey Jane from the UK. And I don't think she'll probably see this. She might, but say like Jura or Rich, if you happen to come upon her, let her know. Okay, I would love to know what in her collection, right? Because her personality and her collection really interests me. What she loves and what she has that she hates. So I have my desk set up here. That's cocoa. This is Ombre Nui. Here's my present experiment or project. La Douleur Exquise, the exquisite pain. And I really appreciate Eugene sending me that. Thank you very much. So first up, you can see them. Oh, in the past, I've had bottles that I actually hate, and hate's a strong word. I thought of that immediately, and I really don't hate any of these. Dislike's more of a good word for it. But I've had bottles that I hated and I got rid of. For instance, a long time ago, just because of the price, I had Z14, like not an OG bottle. Maybe it smelled different, but that thing made me sickly. I mean, I got it because it just cost like 10 bucks or something. Z14, I literally couldn't give it away, and I threw it in the dumpster at work, in the huge green dumpster, making sure no one looked. I felt guilty at the warehouse. Pure Excess is another one from Paco Rabanne, not so long ago. That beautiful bottle, the cigarette Zippo lighter one, and that made me sickly too. The ones I hate are sickly. Darij from Rassasi, sickly. The entire house of Polo in my life probably is a hate for me. And probably the most one in my, probably 4 years ago or more, I got that Ferragamo Uomo. Ferragamo Uomo, now that triple sickly sweet goopy mess. I have one in here that's a love that people think it's a goopy. No, it's not. It's a Dior powder. But that Ferragamo Uomo would turn the mouth of anyone who's a little adverse to a little sugar. That was nuts. That was, and I was so glad to pawn it off on a workmate of mine. So here's my first love, and it's a sample. It's a mini, but I'm sorry, it's a bottle. All right, out of my set, and I've been wearing this lately. Soft. I'm gonna do something on this. I love it. The Iris Poudre. you know, besides the iris, and there's some violet in here. But Eugene mentioned, oh, when I was letting everyone know my scent of the day, he goes, oh, Iris Poudre, the aldehydes. And I got to thinking, yeah, and that's what makes it smell very Chanel-like. This Frederic Malle, it does smell like a Chanel. It could be a Chanel. Not exactly. You know, I think it's a little thicker, but it's so soft. I do believe it shines mostly on women, but I've worn it. It's great. The dry down is something else, though. It's skin scent. It's very sweet. Whispers, powder, floral sweetness. When I decide that I can afford it, I think I'll get a bottle of this, and maybe it'll be my first full bottle of Frederic Malle. And that's Iris Poudre. Sorry. Here's my first hate. I will never get rid of this bottle. It's Valentino Uomo Intense. And it's a mess. And those of you who know it, maybe, and me, then you could figure out why. It's a DHI. They took DHI and they tried to stand on top of its shoulders and do more with it, and it turned out to be a mess with the added gourmand chocolate or whatever. But my colleague at work, when I went to the office, his wife worked at Valentino at the mall here, and he was nice enough to she was nice enough to give me the tester, and I really appreciate that. And it's nice to have the bottle. But you know, at first I was like defending Dior and especially DHI and stuff like that. It's like, it's a ripoff. I mean, do your own sense. You know, Valentino's a great house. Bags and shoes. I mean, awesome bags and shoes, right? But it tries to do too much, and once again, it's a sickly mess. So that's my first hate. Tiffany For Men is a love. Jacques Polge did this. The daddy Jacques Polge. So the opening smells very reminiscent of Chanel Pour Monsieur, which I have a lot of experience with. And when I smell this, and then all the other complications that come after, and especially in the dry down, first of all, it's a beast. Totally antithetical to the Pour Monsieur that may not last too long in people's opinions. A little of this goes for 2 days, and the projection is huge, and the sillage, I'm sure, is like a battleship. So I bet Tiffany contracted Polge. This is what I envision in my mind, and he let his ideas, his imagination, and his mind go wild. Something, you know, he was told to stay conservative maybe at Chanel, but all right, I'm gonna do something on a great theme and DNA. And he took this and added stuff. I don't know what he did to it, and you can't get it anymore now. That's what I feel when I wear this. He took Pour Monsieur and just went and just went nuts, and creativity, and he added to it as an artist, which something maybe he had to kind of be reining in at Chanel. Dislike, next hater dislike is my only bottle from PDM, and another bottle that gets a lot of attention and a lot of thumbs ups from the crowd around, just like VUI here, is Layton. Um, yeah, I'm not enthusiastic at all to get another bottle from this house. I do another video that involves maybe this or the house, but I struggle to wear it. It's the dry down I can deal with. The deep dry down, I think it's pretty nice, and it's for sure that it's well received. But again, in the opening, it's kind of messy and sickly to me. That's my nemesis, right? Ones that are sickly, you know, not just sweet, but just kind of gross feeling. And that's Layton. I don't wear it much, but I do admit I've worn it in the past, like in social situations where I wanted something fresh and a little thick. I see it tries to do too much, and I do like Ambrox. So, you know, I think they try to take Sauvage and mix it with some Gourmand and make a new kind of DNA. So that's Layton. Next hate. This is Tom Ford Costa Azzurra, and I can't wear this. I don't like it. It's good though. I just, it's not for me. I think this is like all Tom Ford's dressy, nice tan blazer, open collar shirt, no tie, and maybe on a coastal Italian or Spanish vacation at nighttime during not the hottest times of the month, but nighttime. I guess it's the seaweed note that just gives me a little pain in the head. Is Costa Azzurra. If you're interested in this, let me know. When I sell things, I just sell things to get rid of. I lose money. But I think it's the weird seaweed note. And I'm no stranger to seaweed. I've been eating seaweed in my miso soup and sushi all my life. That's Tom Ford. And I love all my Privés. I mean, I just love them all. And I just want to reiterate and stand up for this one. Francois. I love Fève Délicieuse. I liked it when I first got it, and then in the last 2 years that it grew into, it just growth spurred into a love. Same with Ombre Nui. Oh man, it's like toasty goodness and sweetness that is done well, and the powder. See, the Dior powder offsets everything. When I defend this, it's like, no, it's the powder that tamps down the sweetness or the so-called goopiness. And I do like cherry very much. I don't know if I love the note, but I like it a lot. And that's what it has in here, is a cherry note that I love. Kind of like I think I've described it uniquely in my review of this as what's that liqueur? Amaretto, right? Amaretto di Serrano, kind of a cherry-like liqueur. You pour it over rocks. Just love it, and it smells good. It lasts a lot. It's great. It's worth every penny. And there's my Privé. Along that same theme and a love with the cherry is my Idéal with the Guerlain. A little more in your face, a little more showy, ostentatious. I love it. It's my favorite Idéal, and mind you, I like cologne a lot. The EDT is almost alike. That's a little sickly again for me, the EDT, but this stuff, the EDP. And I'm curious about the one I haven't smelled, not the black bottle, but like the orange or reddish bottle. Was it Intense or Extreme? I'm not sure, but I love the cherry note, following with the cherry note here. Hate or dislike or haven't warmed up to is, just sorry to say, it's still Elixir. I have no doubt that this smells great in the air, in the sillage, because I've heard it. I've heard it from people that know their shit. I've heard it from my good friend, subscriber of mine. He just gets great reception from it. I won't say the C word, but it's hard for me to wear. It's hard for me to wear. Maybe if I like sprayed on my knees and that far away from my my nose, I can deal with a day. But I'm not going to give up on it at all. And less is more. So, but it's not even a like yet. This has recently been on my radar in one of my videos, kind of live action videos. This is Carven Homme. Carven's a legitimate house, but this is a dupe of certain Gucci that's no longer available. And this is not available either. And I'm grateful for what I have. I've smelled Gucci Envy from a contractor at work, and he brought in his last mils of his bottle, and I sprayed a little bit and I smelled it. It was good. This is so awesome. This is as good or better. I don't know. But then again, it's discontinued. This is the DNA I like. So after the 80s, but still in there, the barbershopness, but then the seductive 90s come in, or the late 90s, and it's mixed together. And I love it. In the Malle age, you know, this blows away Malle. But the reason why I have this here, even though I just recently featured it, is it was inexpensive, and I'm not a fan of clones. You know, I'm not that adamant of going against them, but these days I'm grateful for what I have. And I think a bunch of people maybe feel the same. I got it in the comments. My friend Jonathan, 1970, one of his comments very recently was, you know, stay grateful. And I think it's important. So even though this is a copy, can't get any more, and it's inexpensive, I'm grateful to have it. I'm grateful to have at least a copy of what that DNA smelled like. You know, it's better than nothing. Better to have loved and lost than to have never loved at all. And there's my last love. And I have one more, right? One more dislike, and it's certainly not a hate. It's certainly not a hate. But I'm still not agreeing with it yet. And that's Bleu Parfum. I still haven't surrendered to the fact that they didn't put incense in this. Incense, the backbone, the trademark of Bleu de Chanel, in my opinion. That combination of grapefruit and incense was spectacular. And then they took the incense out. They put sandalwood in, soft sandalwood, and sandalwood cannot be hated. But I don't think it's even my favorite wood. It just feels a little, it smells great. It's not as, it doesn't throw out as much, not as ostentatious, but it seems just a little hollow without the incense, and that's the reason why I'm not agreeing with it. But I won't part with it. And I like the blue line very much. I'm happy to have all three. Very happy to have all three. So there you have it. I appreciate this tag very much. I'm not such a crowd guy or big group guy. I'm kind of ultra private. Maybe that's why I'm such a rascal or a pain or cynical in my comments and stuff. I'm having a good time in my own way. But pretty private. But no, gotta step out and do things. And get into a huddle and a little group action. So once again, I'm appreciative of this tag from Eugene, and he got it from one of his friends, and we'll see where it goes from here. So no hates here, just kind of dislikes. You know, the hates are already gone. I swear to God, I threw that Z14 in the dumpster, in that huge long dumpster. It's like, what am I gonna do with this? Can I just, maybe I'll just spray it in the bathroom? But no, it was that cinnamon, and so I just tossed it in. I never did that with any perfume bottle. But tell me what you think, and obviously let me know some of your loves and hates. And for now, I'll see you around the corner. Always great to connect with some of you out there. Bye-bye.